How's it going, guys? JTJudgment here, and welcome to another legend review in Ultimate Team. Today we're going to be looking at the 87 rated German, that is Oliver Bierhoff. Now, I've used this guy in the past, German squad builder that I made a couple of weeks ago, and he was okay. I mean, he didn't really perform to what the standards should be, in my opinion, for a legend. But today I'm going to be bringing you a full in-depth player review on him, let you guys know exactly what I think. So when it comes to stats with Bierhoff, some of his in-game stats are pretty decent. I mean, there's some pretty much all over the place that stand out. I mean, he's got 93 finishing, 94 heading accuracy, 87 shot power, 88 volleys. He's got some pretty good physical stats as well. 84 strength, 85 jumping, 88 attack positioning, 95 reactions. So he's got some decent stats, but does he play like that in game? Well, let me explain how he played for me. So one of the big pluses that I found with Bierhoff is that he is very strong. You know, he's not got the best of pace, which is at 76 on the card face, which is a downside in my opinion. He really isn't that fast of a player, so if you like players that are fast, Bierhoff is not the player for you. But back to his strength, even though he's slow, the defenders just couldn't... Wow, my pen just fell there. Fail. The defenders just could not shrug him off the ball, which was a big plus. You know, the stronger the player is on your team, the better he's going to perform, you know? He's very good in the air. You get what you expect for 89 heading on the card. His heading is absolutely fantastic, and he performs on the pitch as if he's got 89 heading. You know, I understand and get if people say, "Oh, everybody's heading is epic." You know, heading is severely overpowered this year. I do understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is that pretty much every time he made contact to the ball with his head, it hit the back of the net, unless the keeper made a stupid save, you know? So, got to agree with the 89 heading stat. His all-round shooting is pretty epic, apart from his weak foot. His weak foot is absolutely terrible. I think he's got 3-star weak foot, but it honestly felt as if it was less than 1-star. It was really terrible, guys. So if you get Bierhoff, try and use him on his right foot as much as possible. I do want to comment though, guys. His long shot is actually pretty good. Now, I love taking long shots. I've mentioned this a ton of times, but I love taking long shots. It's how I play. You know, it makes the game fun to score long distance goals, in my opinion, for this game. And Bierhoff does a good job of it. And I mean, he scored a couple of decent long shots when I used him in the German squad builder. He scored a couple of decent goals in this video as well. So I gotta say, I gotta disagree with his shooting stat, but in a good way. You know, it feels a lot better than what his card face stat says, which is 79, I do believe. But at times, he managed to pull off a shot that made me thought his shooting was in the mid-80s. You know, it really was that good. Moving on to his final plus then, in my eyes, guys, his passing is pretty decent. He managed to set up a couple of goals for me. It's not as good as for me to say it's epic, but it's not terrible to the point where I would consider it a weakness, you know. So I'd say it's decent, and you know, it's sort of average passing in my opinion. He will set up goals for you as well as finish them. Moving on to his weaknesses, his dribbling and ball control is absolutely terrible. He honestly feels as though his dribbling and ball control is in the 60s. It really is that bad. His positioning, he's got medium work rate, so you can understand that he's not always going to be in position, but he does have that 88 attack positioning stat to sort of help him get in positions more, but he still has the medium work rates, guys, so he's going to push back a little bit more than you would want. His terrible weak foot, like I said, is absolutely terrible. Do not use this guy's left foot. It is absolutely horrible. And he's obviously not got the best pace, which I have mentioned. 76 pace on the card. I got to disagree with. He felt slightly slower than that. So that's pretty much everything I have to say with Bierhoff. I mean, let's go through it, whiz through them. My final thoughts really quickly. He's very strong. He's amazing in the air. All-round shooting is absolutely fantastic with his right foot. He's got decent passing. His weaknesses, horrible dribbling and ball control. He's out of position at times due to his medium work rate. His weak foot is terrible, and he really isn't the fastest of players, guys. So do I think he's worth it? I gotta say no. You could do a hell of a lot better with 400,000 coins. I mean, you could buy other legends, you could make a full team, you know, you could get, if you like using skills, you could build a very decent Brazilian team, you know, with the likes of Neymar and whatnot. So I've given him a final score of 8.5 out of 10. I didn't want to go too low because he's a legend, but I didn't want to go too high to overrate him. 8.5 is how he performed for me. He scored some decent goals, but he just didn't perform as well that I'd expect and as well as I would want him to. For an 87 rated legend, I do honestly expect a little bit more, guys. But if you are going to buy Bierhoff, I recommend using him as a lone striker. That way you can, you know, run down the wing and cross, which pretty much is one of the main things you're going to do with this guy, in my opinion. So that's going to finish off my final thoughts and final review of the legend Oliver Bierhoff, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and it did help you decide whether or not to buy him, I'd really appreciate a like. It really does help me out, guys. And as always from me, take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.